Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Danny and I make travel videos about Japan with my girlfriend Tomomi. So aside from travel videos, I also wanted to start a new series where I sit down and talk about my experiences living in Japan and living with Tomomi. Whether it's about helpful advice living in Japan, finding a way to live in Japan, or even learning the language. I guess anything that can kind of help others who may be in the same situation. I've been living in Japan for about 4 years and it's been such an incredible experience. I've seen so many places, met so many people, and experienced a whole new culture. So hopefully these videos can be helpful to anyone that's watching. It'll be called Japan Tips. I've already come up with a lot of different topics to share with you guys in this new series. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm so excited that I even made a special intro. Let's go. So the first topic of this series will be about maximizing space in a small Tokyo studio. I know this is something that many people struggle with when they first come to Japan. The rooms and stuff are considerably smaller compared to somewhere like America. So Tomi and I live in a one-room studio. There's a separate toilet and separate bath, a loft for storage, and a small area for kitchen space. This room is actually meant for one person, but Tomomi ended up moving in with me when she changed her job. But despite its size, it's actually not that bad living in this studio. I have much less space, but it actually feels pretty cozy actually. There's like just enough space for survival. And I know that many people who move to Japan as English teachers or university students live in a similar size room. So this video is for you guys. Tip number 1. Think vertically. Space is limited sideways, but there are many ways to expand upwards or downward. So if you look around your room, you might be able to find some space to put stuff over your washing machine, your sink, even your bed. And in Japan, you can buy different things to help you do that. So one of the things you can buy is called a tsubbaribo. And what it is that it's an extendable pole that uses tension on both sides to be able to hold the weight. It comes in many different sizes and shapes, and it lets you use this empty space which you couldn't use before. So we use a tsubbaribo in our kitchen, and we use it to create more shelf space where we can put different items. The ends have like a little bit of rubber so it stays on, but since this one's from Daiso, it kind of fell a few times because we put too much weight, so we put like lighter stuff now, like straws. And other items that I also found useful were a shelf that goes over the washing machine, vertical tsubbaribo, which I use to get more shelf space in my shower, and you can also just buy a bunk bed for more space under. Anyways, the main takeaway is to look for items and furniture that allows you to expand vertically. And you can find these items at many different places. I recommend looking at Daiso or any 100 yen shop first, since you can find a lot of different things there and it's really cheap. And then look at places like Nitori and IKEA where they sell like actual furnitures. So yeah, that was tip number 1. Tip number 2 is hang stuff on your walls. You can buy hooks to hang stuff on your wall, like I have right here, hanging my belt. Or you can buy like one of those grid plates which you can hook onto the wall, and then you can hook stuff onto it. And you can buy these at the 100 yen shop, so it's actually pretty cheap. And we use these to hang our fry pans and pots because they take up a lot of shelf space. So we decided to put it on the wall. And we also have another one on top of our desk, and we use that one to hang smaller stuff like bracelets, photos, and decoration. Tip number 3 is to hang stuff on your door. If you don't have enough walls in your house, your door can be a wall. There's an example right behind me. We hang hats on this side. So this one's like a hat holder which clamps onto the top and bottom of the door to have more tension. And then we just hook hats onto that. And we also have 2 other ones. One on the opposite side of this door and another one on our bathroom door. And the one on the opposite side are like shelves. So we use that to put like toiletries, rubber bands, small stuff. And then the one on our bathroom door is used to hang shoes. Tip number 4 is to hide away off-season items. So I grew up in Los Angeles, California, so the whole concept of season was kind of new to me when I first came to Japan. So for example, in the winter, it gets a little bit colder, so we just, throw on a jacket, maybe a sweater. But in Japan, it gets freezing cold, so you need a jacket, scarf, gloves, beanie, mask, just to even step outside. So instead of keeping these items around when it's off season, putting these away into like the darkest part of your closet or like your loft to have some more space in your room. Maybe you're from New York or UK where it already gets this cold and you're already used to it. But if you're from California, you're welcome. Tip number 5, use small bins to help organize. So if you have shelf areas, instead of putting things directly on the shelf, you can put them in smaller bins and then put the bin on the shelf. That way you'll be more organized and you can also take advantage of the space vertically, just like tip number 1. And you can even label these to know where they are. Here are a couple ways that we take advantage of these smaller bins. So by using the smaller bins and boxes, we can take advantage of the whole shelf space instead of just taking advantage of what's on the bottom. And we also use this to organize different stuff. For example, this is where we have batteries. This is where we put the cords. This is our first aid kit, and this one I forgot. So we also use storage bins in our kitchen, like you may have seen earlier. And yeah, we have 3 up here, which we can use to group different things. We also have storage bins for our utensils. Also in our bathroom. Tip number 6 is to create multi-purpose space. What we mean by this is to think of a way to use the same space for different purposes. So some examples of these in our house. We have a drying rack on our sink to dry stuff after we wash. We also have a bed that folds up to get more space when we need it, like when exercising, which I should do more often. I also use the top of my washing machine for when I need more kitchen space, because Japanese homes have absolutely no kitchen space. Think of different ways to create multi-purpose space and be creative. So yeah, those are my tips for maximizing space in a small Tokyo studio. So if these were helpful or fun to watch, let me know by hitting that like button. And if you want to show some more love, you can let me know by hitting that subscribe button. And if there's any other content that you'd like to see, you can let me know by the comment section below. Alright, that was it for today, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.